Good morning, afternoon, and evening, gentlemen. Today is Thursday. This was supposed to come on Wednesday, but on Wednesday we had a little bit more of an important message to the community, which was the announcement of the pre-orders of Dragonflight, right? So that kind of took precedence over this. So today we're gonna open some vaults on my currently played 2 characters, especially on this Shaman who went back to re-clear the raid. So at least now I got more options from the vault. Now, I would like to get on my Shaman. Okay, it's not my place to complain. I am 278. I'm pretty much done with gear. At this point, it's just the extras, you know. But I would like to get some 285s, yeah. Some last 3 bosses loot. I got 1 piece so far, which is this thing right here. Blizzard really dropped the ball on this trinket. Usually you expect the last boss trinket to be some giga OP shit. Remember, let's go back. Let's just point it out. I still load this, but unfortunately it was super strong. Remember the Ajara's Font of Power back in Eternal Palace. In Nyalota, N'Zoth had the Manifesto of Madness, which was also pretty much the strongest of trinkets. And then this expansion, yeah, we had the Hymnal and the Manabound Mirror, both like super strong trinkets for both DPS and healers. And then we had Sanctum with Sylvanas. This Sylvanas didn't have a trinket for me, however, it did have the Old Warrior Soul, which is also yet another Best in Zod trinket for everyone. So this time in Sepulcher we got the Jailer, and he's got this trinket, sure, but not for me. This piece of shit has ruined my first 285 item level piece. So let's hope I get a better one now. That's not a better one. Fuck. Oh my god, really? So this mythic tier procs with a random socket, which I already have at this point, and this is a random chest that I don't need, which means I guess I'm gonna take Antumbra just because not really gonna be used as a healer. I might look into it if it's worth using in Mythic Plus, yeah, because of the versatility. So it's very good in Mythic Plus, I guess, but yeah, at the very least it's good so I can show up myself to be 279. Yeah, that's basically all of the uses this weapon is gonna have, and also I guess I can throw away the 272 version. But you know, the Shaman was the one with the least amount of chances. Oh wait, what's the skin in Mythic compared to Heroic? All right, this is transmogged. Okay, so at least the color is kind of cool, yeah. So fine. However, as I said, the options on the Shaman are very limited. You know, I am already to 278, so the possibilities of getting upgrades are quite low. So instead, I have more possibilities on my Paladin, which I've been playing more recently. So I think I need a good 4 to 5 items minimum. Let me just review what I'm missing. So this could be at 278. That's 2 pieces, that's 3, that's 4 and 5, 6 with a better trinket, 7 pieces, 8 pieces, 9 pieces. So yeah, it's more than half the loot. Okay, it's more than half my possible gear slot that can be an upgrade at 278. So let's go and take a look. The thing I would need the most probably is trinkets, yeah, because tank trinkets have been for quite a while very specific, especially when you want to go Mythic Plus. You want those absorb trinkets, those damage reduction trinkets, not this shit right here. So let's hope I get something decent in here. I have all 3 options for Mythic Plus, as I have done quite a bunch. Let's not forget the loot spec, which is prot. Yeah, something like the Blood Spatter Scale from other side would be a great option, which I do not get now. I have a Blade Dancer's Armor Kit, which is a trinket at 278, unfortunately not the trinket I want. Perhaps it might still be worth This can be turned into a 278 tier, and this cannot be turned into a 278 tier. So I guess I have to choose between the trinket or a slightly higher increased level on the tier set. I would have to look up just how shit this trinket is compared to what I currently have. Let's have a little bit of a cut for a second. So, upon further inspections, these are the tanks using this trinket in Mythic Plus right now, in high keys. Yeah, so that's gonna tell you just how useful this trinket can be. So I guess we take a higher item level on our tier piece in the gloves. That's it. There you go. So this week, hold on, what's the weekly? Fine. So this week we get a Tyrannical Spiteful Necrotic in Mythic Plus, which is terrible. Spiteful and Necrotic both are going to make you lose quite a bit of time during Trash, and then you're gonna lose a bunch of time during bosses because it's Tyrannical. So it's not one of the better weeks, let's just say that, when it comes to Mythic Plus pushing. Now, talking about what happened recently, about the announcement of the pre-order of Dragonflight, I have seen quite a lot of just overall negativity towards it, which is okay, it is understandable, okay? Players have been trained for a few years now to they know, okay? They know that pointing out that WoW bad is going to give you upvotes, likes, and retweets. So if they want to have some positive reinforcement, some pats on the back, the feeling that they have other people with their same idea, you can be safe in pointing out that WoW is bad to get some easy round of applause. So it's kind of understanding that once the expansion was, I guess, announced to be released before the end of this year, many people took the pessimistic route by saying, oh wow, the expansion is out so early, how is Blizzard going to have time to polish the expansion with this short time frame? Well, you know, I don't think it's logical, right? Because the fact that the expansion gets announced, so to speak, to be released by the end of this year, it doesn't mean that Blizzard only has time to develop the expansion when the alpha begins, right? The alpha is months, years into the development of the expansion. So the expansion is already very far along the development, could be already far along the development cycle. It doesn't mean that if the alpha is 3 months long or 6 months long or 9 months long, it's based on how far along the development is. Perhaps we have a shorter alpha, we have a shorter beta because the development is deeper than we thought, than we expected. I already pointed out that back when the expansion was announced, the devs in particular, the lead game designer Ion was quite sure of himself, quite confident, which is not something we have seen from WoW devs recently, quite confident in pointing out that, you know, the expansion is quite far along the development. We have spent the last 2 years developing Dragonflight, so they were quite confident in the I guess the plans they had for Dragonflight, which is why I'm not too worried. I just don't like when people complain for the sake of complaining. As I pointed out recently on Twitter, one of the things I pointed out is, why do so many people keep talking about the pre-order of WoW is out without even having the alpha, right? Oh wow, like if it's some sort of crime, like if it's some sort of insane thing. The reality is that World of Warcraft expansions have had their pre-order out pretty much every time before the alpha or the beta were announced. That is actually standard. Despite what some e-celebs and influencers might want you to think, it is actually standard and normal for a WoW expansion to have its pre-orders out about a year before the release of the actual expansion. And as we know, alphas and betas together last for roughly 7 to 9 months max. So if the expansion is announced 1 year before and the alpha and the beta last for 7 to 9 months, of course, the pre-order is going to go live without an alpha being available and without a beta being available. This has been true for Shadowlands, it has been true for BFA, for Legion, for Warlords, for Cataclysm, and the one in the middle, Mists of Pandaria as well. So for the past 10 plus years, this is how it's worked. It's not something special happening just in Dragonflight. It's not something weird that the Dragonflight expansion is doing compared to the others. It is still perfectly normal for the release date and the pre-order to come out before any actual way to play the game is out, so the alpha or the beta. Yes, generally, even when the pre-orders start coming out, the alpha is not too far after. So in general, I just never quite got the immediate lack of faith from the timeline shown to us about Dragonflight. Of course, players can always justify themselves by saying that, you know, this is what we have been shown by Blizzard in these last few expansions, right? I don't really have any hope right now. I don't really have any confidence right now to believe that this is planned to go positively. This is planned to go well. Because of what happened in Shadowlands, because of what happened in BFA, maybe because of what happened in Legion, maybe even because of what happened in Warlords, right? So players might have this sort of PTSD related to the design decisions of Blizzard in the past few expansions. So perhaps even if they are told logically about why these things might make sense, why this timeline for Dragonflight might make sense, they are just too hurt. they have been too hurt recently by Blizzard to just have faith in them, so they would rather just stay pessimistic, right? Stay on the negative side to prevent having some hope, getting some hope, and then get disappointed once again. Which I kind of understand. I don't share fully, but I understand the thought process of players who believe that. Now, with this being said, we can stop this video, which went on for long enough. It was supposed to be a great vault opening, and it just derailed into a whole discussion about the release date and the pre-order of Dragonflight. So I'm gonna leave you to the rest of your day. I'm not too happy about my Shaman's options in the vault, and I am okay-ish about my Paladin. I was hoping for something better, but still not complaining too much. Thank you guys for watching the video on this Thursday. Thank you for supporting the channel in whichever way you can, which also includes liking and commenting on this video, as well as subscribing to this channel. No limitations for today, since I have nothing coming up in my mind right about now about who to prevent to subscribe. So for today, everyone is allowed. Also, you can support me even more by following me on Twitter, which is going to be down here. And you can also support me by subscribing to my Patreon, which is right down there. That would be appreciated as well. Thank you guys again. See you guys soon. And in the meantime, I am not like all of them, but I can understand their skepticism about having faith in WoW. Perhaps they have been hurt a few too many times, so they just can't get along with it. I understand. Okay, I understand.